How has it been in the industry when there is so many men out there?
You feel like you're carrying the entire women like community on your shoulders. If you don't know something, they are going to just be like, oh, women are like this. And I've got those comments, right? I've also got comments like, oh, you play so well for a girl, and it's the most triggering thing to me. I'm like, what do you mean?
You speak too much for a guy.
Yeah, actually,
Love it.
that's what I'm gonna say next to them.
Actually, when I used to do like gigs in cafes and pubs, obviously that's where I started. And the programmers would always tell me, ki, oh, like interact with the audience, tell them to sing with you, dance with you, and I was just be like, guys, if you know the song, like please sing with me. Like, can you come and dance? And I hated that shit. I hated doing it.
I mean, yeah, there won't be like a formal introduction for this podcast. That's like a long gone tradition for it. But to ask the first question, I'll ask you, Nidhi. First time I talked to you, I think that was 4 or 5 years ago.
A long time.
Yeah, and you could barely speak at that time. You were like the most shy girl, one of the shy artists that I met initially. Fast forward from that to today, where you are right now, where I think the world knows you from the impression that you have created on your social media. Where did that transformation happen?
I think, first of all, being a musician in itself, you really have to become an extrovert. And even to this day, when I tell people that I used to be very introverted and I couldn't really hold conversations with people, it blows their mind. But there was a time when I would say like my first 2-3 years of college, I was very introverted. I would be that girl at a party who would like take her drink and stand in the corner of a room and not dance. But being a musician, you have to really socialize with people. You have to go out, you have to meet people, you have to have conversations, because a lot of being a musician is networking.
Yeah.
And meeting the right people, being in the right place at the right time. Of course, hard work and everything is equally important, but luck also does play a role. And knowing people and talking to people, getting yourself in places also.
But how did that happen?
Doing music professionally for 3-4 years and putting yourself out in places that, you've always dreamt of yourself being in, putting yourself out on stages, I think that automatically develops you into an extrovert, or like automatically changes a lot of aspects of your personality. I think also just the fact that I get to live that life where I get to perform in front of like so many people, that makes you like, want to, how do I say this, connect with the audience. I think automatically that plays a role in how I would communicate with people on like a smaller level, or like even at parties, or even like at get-togethers. I think also I talk a lot. I talk, as you can tell.
Now you do. Earlier I was like, shit, I need to...
Yeah, dude, like who was that person, right? Like I used to be so shy, but I think being shy does not really get you anywhere. Like I feel like the more that you socialize and the more that I show my personality to people, the more they would also connect with me. So
yeah, because as a musician, when you're on stage, people would want to relate to you.
Exactly.
And for that relatability, they need to connect with you.
Exactly. And when I'm on stage and when people are watching me, I want them to like see more than just someone who's singing. Like when I started doing gigs, I think I would say doing gigs is something that changed my personality for sure. Because initially, when I used to do like gigs in cafes and pubs, obviously that's where I started. And the programmers would always tell me, ki, oh, like interact with the audience, tell them to sing with you, dance with you, and I was just be like, guys, if you know the song, like please sing with me. Like, can you come and dance? And I hated that shit. I hated doing it, but it was so out of my comfort zone at that time. But because I had to do it, and because I knew that I want to perform and I want to be on stage, I forced myself. Okay, you have to do this. You have to maybe change your personality on stage, maybe become a different person, but you have to do this to be able to pursue this as a career. So I think being put on stages, pushing myself out there to interact and perform, 110% changed how I would socialize with people.
I remember initially when I was doing these, basically onboarding artists for Procraft India, and initially we started with just acoustic guitars. And then once we moved to electric guitars, for the longest time I was wondering, why are there not enough girls playing electric guitar in India?
Yeah.
Which is where, I came across your profile and I was like, okay, I want her. Because I had such a hard time finding someone who would play electric guitar. I'm not a musician, but even like to play like, what's the right word, like shredding, proper shredding, I still don't know like a good amount of artists as compared to male existing in the industry. What made you pick up an electric guitar? And yeah, how has it been in the industry when there is so many men out there?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right, actually. Even I can, like, I think on my one hand, I can name, like, maybe female guitarists I know, and I can, like, there are, like, list of 20 maybe males that I know. And honestly, even all of my idols are, like, the reason I have picked up a guitar is because, like, have been, like, men. But I think it was, honestly, I was having a really tough time in early 2020. And I was like, what do I do? I'm like, you know, like pandemic had happened. It was quite bad. And I was like, okay, like I started listening to music and I started listening to like a lot of rock music. And I was introduced to like Guns N' Roses and Slash, who is my, like the reason I play today, okay? Because that guy plays with so much soul. And that is what, honestly, what music is about. Like, leave everything else. It is that you put in whatever you're going through, or you that translates to your instrument. It translates to how you play, and I needed that. I'm like, I like, it was so hard that I was just like, I don't know what else to do. And so I would sit in my room and I would play for 8 hours a day, and I'm not even exaggerating. This happened for like I think almost a year, because I've only been playing guitar for like 3 or 4 years, right? Yeah. So I would sit for 8 hours and I would just play because I needed an outlet. Like, I needed to feel what I saw. Like, if you see Slash's videos from when he was like younger, so the 90s, he plays with so much soul and it feels like an outlet. It feels like I can't speak to anybody about what I'm going through, but maybe I can speak through my music. And much like later on when I started gigging, was like maybe a year or year and a half into my playing, was when these dynamics came in, that, okay, like there are not a lot of female guitarists. And to be very honest, the pressure kind of is so much more than on male guitarists, I feel, because you feel like you're carrying the entire women like community on your shoulders. If you don't know something, they are going to just be like, oh, women are like this. And I've got those comments, right? I've also got comments like, oh, you play so well for a girl, and it's the most triggering thing to me. I'm like, what do you mean?
You speak too much for a guy.
Yeah, actually,
Love it.
that's what I'm gonna say next to them. And I'm just like, and you know, like when you're younger also, you don't know, like, you give benefit of the doubt, or what, you don't know how to reply to these compliments. I found myself being like, oh, thanks, and then like, but I didn't feel good about it, right? I don't feel like that's like something nice to say, and it's so lost on them that, yeah, that is not a nice
It's not a compliment.
It's always been a male-dominated field. Like,
Yeah.
John Mayer, Slash, and all that. You talk about distinguished male, and then you have a female guitarist who, like, how do I tell her that she's unique? But you don't realize that you're insulting.
Yeah.
And I think over time people are being educated and understanding that a musician is a musician, whether male, female.
Yeah.
Whatever. And the amount of work, like when you said 8 hours a day, it was incredible how you can do that in today's world when you can just pick up your phone and like scroll.
Yeah.
So I wanted to also know, like, as a guitar player, how do you put the social media and all those distractions aside and be like, okay, guitar is my instrument, I gotta practice. How do you do that?
Yeah, you know, when I first started, it was such a innocent like approach to it. Like, I literally did not care if anybody thought I was good or bad. I wanted to play.
So it was not to look cool.
No, never.
Because,
And you know,
I mean, honestly, people do that. And there's
so
nothing
many
wrong in
guys,
it.
yeah, dude. But the thing is, they do it like when they're like 14 and all. They're like, oh, I want to impress this girl, so I'll pick up the guitar. But I was 19 when I started, so I felt like I was past the thing. I'm like, it's fine if I'm like cool, not cool. But it didn't like, I like, that's what I'm saying. I was like a very bad place that I was just like, it like nothing mattered. Like I was clocked out from the world. I'm like, I just need to survive right now. And like my guitar is gonna help me do that, and I just put in all of my time and effort in it because it just felt like there was not much around like for me that time. But yeah, to like answer your question, after 2 years like into playing, and when I started gigging, when we used to. I met Nidhi at like a gig sort of, and just to like take it back, she was super shy because she wasn't even gonna perform that day. Can you imagine? Like she set the
not definitely now after looking at her Instagram.
But anyway, I was digressing. But yeah, it was only once I started like exposing my like talent or whatever that I had worked on, was that I started getting like the negativity,
Yeah.
And I think the really important lesson it taught me is that you need like a lot of time where it's just you and your guitar before you, or your instrument, whatever, before you put it out into the world. Like like, because people can tear you down, like especially social media, and what you consume and the way you see like some people who have achieved like success being arrogant about it, that internalizes to you, like whatever content you're like watching. It happened to me, and I felt like whatever I played was not enough. How much have I practiced was not enough. And it like for 2 years almost after, like, so now I'm on my 4th year playing. So 2 years it was really bad for me because of this. Like I took in everybody's opinion about my playing, and like I felt like, oh, I'm doing like a disservice to the women because I am such a horrible guitarist. And I'm like literally there were times that I felt like I was the worst guitarist on earth, and it's not true. And you only feel like that because of what you're seeing and what you're consuming and all these comments that you think you have to be like the best and be like shredding material to share your like relationship with your instrument to the world, right? You need to be the best. And this year was actually when I realized that that's not true. Like that's not how it is. And I realized it because of this book, about a book. And I think every musician and creative person, actually, whether you're like a writer or whatever you're doing, artist, anything, you have to read this book, because this book is what got my playing back to me and what like kind of cut the noise out. Like it didn't matter if I was like gigging, not gigging, playing, not playing, whatever, like playing out, I mean. All that matters is that I play every day. And like that's what it means to me. This book also came at a time when I started like teaching, and so for me, like now what I tell my students and things like that, like I try to cut like the noise. It doesn't matter how good you are, how not good you are. What matters is your relationship with your instrument, right? That is the most, like, what does it mean to you, right? And feel is like something that we talk a lot about in like music, right? I feel like that is very important to develop as soon as you start learning, because once you develop feel and like your connection, then the other things kind of become like noise. Like right now, I don't have a lot of, like, I don't really care about what anybody says about my playing, because I know that I show up sincerely.
Yeah. It took you a process to get to that point.
Yeah.
And I think every musician goes through that phase, at least at some point earlier in their career, where, I mean, you're learning your instrument, at the same time you're comparing yourself to people who are much better than you, and then of course there are people who are trying to put you down. I know the industry is brutal that way, but one thing Warren Mendonça actually said that was really interesting, and he's obviously much older and much more experienced, and he said your playing comes down to your personality. If you are an interesting person, your playing, it will reflect in your playing. So you might think of copying a John Mayer or copying someone else and just copy pasting their licks and playing. You will never sound like them, you will never be able to imitate them, and you'll end up sounding fake. But the more you embrace what you are, who you are as a person, the way you think about things, and you sort of direct that energy into the music, whether it's playing or singing or writing music, that's where the real authenticity comes into play. And that's something that I've learned over time. Even I've been through this phase of I'm the worst. Even now it happens. Like some days I wake up and I just play something like, oh God, I'm horrible. But then let some time pass, and it really helps you as a person, just understanding that there is some, like, creative people, I feel like it's a gift, but can also be a curse sometimes.
Yeah,
because you're blessed to overthink about everything.
Creative people are overthinkers for sure.
No, but then given that point, Nidhi, your Instagram is like a big part of who you are right now. And because I was a part of your process when like right now you're putting a series of reels which are performing really well, and which kind of has become your style over the time. But initially when you're doing these covers, and covers are like always looked down upon if you're starting off as a musician.
Oh my God.
But you somehow steered through it, and you got your own creativity somehow in it, and then channeled it to use it as your own strength. I was listening to Zane Lowy interview just before this, and what he said very interesting was, as musician, when social media came, everyone was like, okay, musicians need to learn social media. While the founders of the social media don't want you to understand social media. Because if they wanted you to understand, they would have put a set rules
Exactly.
to grow how you can grow. But there's no set rules. So they always want you to keep figuring out. There is no set standard for it. So with so many variations coming in and with covers,
Yeah.
how did you manage to steer through this looked down upon?
Honestly, I still get a lot of people who ask me, oh, like, yeah, you know, your covers are nice and like you're doing well on Instagram, but what about your originals? And like, I love writing and I love composing genuinely, but you know, me not putting out my originals for a while does not make me any less of a musician. I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm a performer, I make content. I'm working on my music 24/7. So I really hate that question. I will put out my originals. I know that I am working on it. It's just that I think once I learned how much I love to make covers, make content, perform, automatically the originals kind of took a backseat in my life, which is just how things happen because I love to perform. That is the number one thing that I want to do.
And then this perform doesn't just mean on stage. It could be just for social media.
Yeah, exactly. Like I love recording. I found so much peace in making these covers genuinely because I have been testing out, trying different types of content for over 4-5 years, like since lockdown. So I used to do a lot of covers back then also. Few of them worked, got maybe some 2,000-3,000 followers out of it. And then as people say, right, like, oh, like my reach has stopped, my account is shadow banned. Like I don't really know how to work the game, but I was trying for like a lot of years. And then last year when I saw that, okay, the reels are picking up, that's when I started doing it really regularly. And as much as it is a lot of work, it is like recording and then filming and then editing. So, but I have started to enjoy it so much. I have found so much peace in it. Like when I sit down to record a cover, it's not just a cover, right? For me, like if for whoever knows my content, I arrange party numbers.
It's not like the very plain cover
exactly.
sounding
like
exactly how the
exactly.
original
Like I'm
sounded.
doing my own thing with it. I'm adding my spice to it. I want people to, you know, if they think like, oh, we need an artist to like Bollywood covers for us or someone to arrange harmonies for us, I want my name to be the first one in their head because I have found so much peace in doing it. I really hate the question when people ask me like, why aren't you doing originals? I tell them, like now I've started telling them like it does not make me less of a musician. I am still a musician. I will do my originals, but a cover artist is not a bad thing. It's not. I am still an artist. I am still doing my own thing with the covers, and this is like my personality coming through these songs. You don't like it, you don't enjoy it, that's fine. I have people who enjoy it, and I have people who are responding to it really, really well, and it's working out for me. I enjoy it. ठीक है.
It's giving you gigs.
It's giving me work.
You're
It's
traveling
giving
the
me
world.
happiness. Yeah, man. Like I'm doing what I want to do. It's not that I'm not getting like what I want out of it. I love making content. I love being active on Instagram. I want people to know my name, and I'm getting that. I'm getting that out of what I'm doing. So if people think that, oh, you're not putting originals, ठीक है, I'll do it when I want to do it.
There's a journey when you want to get into music industry where you approach it with few covers. You figure out your own style.
Yeah, you get
keep
that
doing
audience, and then people like you try to like. What I would want to do is maybe eventually convert even 5 or 10% of that audience if they really like my voice and my music and they want to listen to my originals. That audience will. I know that like 100K followers is not going to convert to 100K listeners for sure. People are there for my covers. They like the Bollywood music. They like the look. They like what they see. So that's not going to always convert to listeners. But even let's say after 2-3 years, if I am at a point where even 5-10% of those followers converted to listeners, it's still an audience. And I enjoy what I'm doing. So as long as I'm happy and I'm making music and I'm making money out of it.
Actually, I have quite a few thoughts on this. Yeah.
Please.
So I feel like there is like social media is a fast game, you know, like consistency. And for me, what like really interesting with Nidhi's journey is also because like I was following her before, you know, she hit the big 100K. She like there is some like she said she was experimenting for 4-5 years. So it takes time, and also being a musician takes time. It's a never-ending journey. You can, like, I don't know, I think like churning out content every week, like the way she does is, it's hard, and you need to give yourself the time to be skilled enough to do it. And social media doesn't reward the learning process of becoming a musician. It does not. I started posting covers a little earlier on in my, like, because I was so excited. I'm like, I know how to play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning piano, and the only motivation I have to play the piano is like, if I can learn this song and put it on social media.
That is great. You know what? I had a similar motivation. A lot of, like, if you scroll down, there are like some, videos that I posted earlier on, which like 3-4 months into my playing, I was like playing Led Zeppelin, like Whole Lotta Love and all that, And but the thing is, it's like to focus only, like after a point, focus only on that, but not on like your practice or whatever. That can, like, I feel like it's not, how do you say, it's not incentivizing in the way that you would want it to be as a musician. Like, yeah, okay, then you get noticed and everything, but the cracks in your playing are going to show eventually. If it doesn't show on social media, it will show when you get called for a gig, or it will like show. It happened to me very, like, honestly, right? I was like, social media, okay, it's a controlled environment. You're in your bedroom, you're like playing, and most of my videos are actually, all of them are live. Like, I don't like record this thing. My guitar videos, like, I just record it live only because it's easy to do. Like, I just have to play, right? But when you're live, there are so many other dynamics that are like happening, that one you get with experience when you play live, but also practicing at home can really change the game of like your listening and understanding that. And if you're like doing like the social media thing, what I found was when I used to post covers, I would learn like 30 seconds of a song, like, yeah, this is done, I know this song. And then I remember I started going for like these open mics and all, and they were like, oh yeah, let's play this song, and I realized I just know the solos to all the songs. What about the chords?
Sorry, didn't practice.
Such a guitarist thing, no? You only learn the solos.
It is such an obnoxious lead guitarist, was me. And then, and after it showed, in the gigs I used to do, it was hard to keep up. It was like, even though I had this level of skill, or I'm an above average guitarist, if we are taking the average of like acoustic guitar players, okay? I'm like, chalo, average electric guitar player, whatever. It was hard to keep up to even like basic pop songs like, I Will Survive, Valerie, all these fast numbers. I was like, I need to spend more time like practicing, and the covers have to be something secondary, have to be something that I post for like visibility, or I post because, okay, I think this sounds good, so I'm going to do it. And then once you get to a stage, like I feel like Nidhi brought her talent to a stage where she's like, I can do this without it hindering like my creative like practice process, or like I don't have to work on my talent as much. She's at a comfortable stage, right? Like,
yeah, but then like, my opinion on this is, when I record, when I make covers, again, I'm in the comfort of my room. I'm recording into a mic. If I make a mistake, I record again. Can't do that live. And I know, I'm very aware that when I'm singing live, it's very easy. Like if you're dancing and you're interacting, it's very easy to like miss a note here and there. So even when I make covers, right, people will comment like, oh, auto-tune. Oh, like do a raw recording and post it. I'm like, but I don't have to validate myself to you, because I know that I have honed my skill for years. I'm still sitting in front of a mic for 2 hours and recording a cover. Really, like for like the past 2 years, that develops your skill in itself, right? Like the understanding of harmony and the understanding of, like I went slightly off here. It really develops your skill. So I would say that, I mean, I'm also still constantly learning, but even if people are not seeing my mistakes online, I know that I'm in a place where I am doing well for myself, or I have worked really, really hard on myself and my skill to be where I am. So even like 2 years ago, and 2-3 years ago when I started making content, and I would get a hate comment, it used to affect me so
the hate comments.
so bad. But now I'm like, I don't care what you say. I will block you immediately. It does not bother me, because I have developed myself to reach to a point where I don't care about it.
That is so important as a musician to do before you start posting content.
Absolutely.
Because it can kill your talent.
Absolutely.
It can literally kill your talent.
Inevitable. I think we had a call once about
recently,
this.
Like a few months ago.
We were like, ranting about it. And I think something had happened that, I was just comforting her, and I told him like, bro, I without fail will get hate comments on every post that I post, without fail. But what helps me is that if I get 50 people complimenting me, there'll be 1 or 2 like, oh, auto-tune, oh, she can't sing, stop singing. do you think it's gonna bother me? I don't care. Like, you have to see the bigger pictures where some people are just keyboard warriors. They just want to hate on you. They
Exactly.
got up in a bad mood and they want to hate on you.
Just unhappy people.
Exactly. And on top of that, being a woman, genuinely, it's you are more. What's the word? Like, easier for people to hate on you. Like, oh, because like she looks good, she gets views.
I've got this so
Yeah,
much.
that's like a
I've
boiling
got this-
question. If you're a girl, you'll get more.
Yeah, but you know what? If that is, let's be very honest, it is true. It is true. Like, if, like, I know my audience is the higher percentage of men, and I know that the look matters because I do put a lot of effort into the editing and the video and how I've dressed up because I want the outfit to correlate with the song. So I put effort also into that. It's not that I have put effort into everything that I'm putting out on Instagram.
Yeah.
So even if it is true that, oh yeah, she's the woman, she gets views, okay, I will use it to my advantage.
Who's giving them the views?
You are also giving
It's the men, right? At the end of the day.
Your hate comment is also giving me reach, right? Do what you want.
And it's part of the content creation. Like, it's a
Exactly.
visual thing. And like,
Yeah.
I guess I was fortunate to have my music journey without social media. So this whole thing about comment section, the only feedback I got was people sitting around me and friends. And obviously like my parents and stuff, if I play something.
Yeah.
The flip side to it, the positives. I am a self-taught guitarist. Okay, so I never had a lot of feedback. You know, I'm just in my room and I'm playing on my own and just keep playing till you get better. I have posted videos sometimes where people have given me a lot of constructive feedback very nicely. And you gotta learn, like, for yourself how to like are you going to be a sensitive butthurt musician where somebody tells you that, oh, maybe you were out of pocket and you're like, I was not, you're a hater. Or are you going to be like, I'm going to use this as feedback, as like constructive criticism, and be like, okay, how can I get better? And this happened in one of a very recent video I posted. It was a John Mayer song. It was New Light. Now John Mayer is such a feel guy. Like, he can shred and all, but he won't. He plays with feel. He plays in the pocket, and pocket is such a it's like a groove. It's hard to also explain because I'm
It's
like,
a feeling like
yeah, because it's not time.
No.
It is time,
It's
but it's
off.
not. It's like, yeah, it's just that you have to feel the pocket. And I was playing all the right notes. Melody is almost always easy to play, but I like the pocket, like that was not, and there were 2-3 people who were like, this is so great, but you need to like focus on the pocket, and that's something I would not have heard myself. And then the moment they said it, and I'm like, okay, I went back and I was like, whoa, I am out of it. And then I couldn't unhear it. And for me, that was like a very nice like moment where I got to like, I felt like I got feedback, and there was finally somebody like there to kind of guide me and be like, oh yeah, this is like probably this is what you should be focusing on. And then when I went back and I started practicing again, I incorporated like a full metronome thing, like a full like where I'm trying to feel the pocket. The more I listen to solos, a lot of John Mayer stuff, by the way, a lot of it is feel based. I started like listening more to, maybe there's a technicality to feel, like a lot of it is practicing with the metronome, feeling the subdivisions, feeling the beat, right? Learning how to do that when you're practicing, so you can do it with emotion live, or you can do it like even on a cover, you can like play with that.
I think one thing that
emotion.
really helps is just playing with other musicians.
Oh, that also,
Like playing with a drummer
Oh.
helps your timing so much that no metronome can ever do.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
being
I
there in the
agree.
pocket. And especially with Maya, I mean, his stuff is just so incredible.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, one thing when you talk about social media and sitting in your room, there's another extreme of that, which is when you get into a studio. When
Oh
you're
my
working
God.
with like the producer and the artist is there, and suddenly the recording comes on and you can't even change chords.
Suddenly,
It's
I've
like-
forgotten how to be a musician.
Yeah.
What?
And there is no comment section, there's no, I mean, no one's filming you, there's nothing. But that work that you put out is going to go out, and it's just a different form of networking. But at the same time, the level of precision is so important. I grew up in an era without social media, and then I kind of went into studios and I realized, boss, need to practice, go back to my room. But in today's day and age, social media is kind of, it can kind of demotivate you. At the same time, it can, like, it gives you a realistic picture of where you are at just through the comment section, but it can sometimes demotivate you. So, I mean, maintaining that balance is sometimes a challenge. And you all were mentioning about sitting and discussing about, okay, people will put comments just for the sake of putting comments. People will say stuff. I mean, we get stuff on our videos. And I did this one thing where someone put a negative comment. I went to the guy and I saw that he had just put negative comments on all of our videos.
Whoa.
Same guy.
Keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
Hater, just
And I was
unhappy
like,
person,
yeah.
like trying to give unhappy vibes to everybody.
Yeah.
So now I just ignore all comments, positive and negative.
Yeah. I just like not reply to the negative ones.
Yeah.
Or like a little snarky, sarcastic
Yeah.
reply. Like, oh, I didn't like this. Like, oh, I'm so sad. What will I do now that you
Yeah.
didn't like my video? Like, it doesn't, I feel like in the bigger picture, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even if, like, there's always going to be someone better than you, always. That does not make you
You
any
are
less
not.
of a
Yeah, yeah,
musician.
yeah.
That's what it is.
And I feel really like happy that we're talking about it because I just like I can't imagine the amount of people who stop playing
Yeah.
because somebody said something. Maybe not even
Yeah.
a comment section, but just like like not having thick enough skin or something, and like it means that I'm going to abandon something that brought a lot
Yeah.
of like happiness to my life, right? And that's something I take with me even to like teaching these young kids. Like I really don't want them to go down that
Yeah.
path, and you can see it from like kids like when I'm teaching them, they make a mistake. They're like, I made a mistake.
stress.
Oh my god, no, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. And it's like, where is this negative talk? Somebody who's 10 years old, she's not on social media. Why is she having this? And you almost think that is this like human nature?
Also does come like from education and the
School,
people that you surround
yeah.
yourself. And in school, if your teachers are not teaching you that, bro, it's okay to make a mistake, it's fine, it's
Yeah.
normal, then you do carry that with yourself. A lot of who you are as an adult is who
Who you grew
was
up with.
around you as a child.
Yeah. And then
But do you
like,
think also in that way, given as putting content on social media is also like a very important step for someone who is not growing in a city like Bombay or Delhi and are coming from really small cities?
See, I would say social media is a great tool.
Yeah.
It's not everyone likes it, not everyone wants to do it, but if you can use it to your advantage, absolutely do it. Because visibility matters a lot. I know there are a lot of musicians who are like, oh, I don't want to do content. I just want to focus on my music, which is fair enough. Everyone, has their own way of working around it. But visibility is so important because I myself have gotten so many opportunities because someone saw me on Instagram. A lot. Like you never know who's watching you.
Yeah, otherwise you're just creating music. It's
Exactly.
like opening a shop but not marketing.
Exactly. You never know who's watching you. You never know who's looking for someone just like you. So I think I would always recommend that put yourself out there as much as you can. Even if your content is not doing well, it's fine. Like if we keep telling our friends as well that just put out all the work you're doing.
Consistency, yeah.
If you performed at some show, just post it. Even if it gets 100 likes, you never know who's going to open your profile and see that, oh, she did this. She might fit in to what
Yeah,
I'm
it again
looking
comes
for.
down to showing people who you actually are day to day.
Exactly. This is my work. This is what I'm good at. So that if I pop up on anyone's feed and they're looking for that, like it's easy for them to access my profile,
And
access
also,
my
like,
number. or
100
my-
likes is like 100 only, which is like less, is a lot.
Yeah.
Imagine
100
if
is a
it's
lot.
100 of like 100 people, or like one might be like, I have gotten a lot of opportunities because of social media.
Exactly.
I did not grow up in India. I grew up in the Gulf. I came here in 2021. Okay.
Which makes two of you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both
both
Gulfies.
Gulfies, yeah. Came here when I was 19, and all of the like any kind of opportunity I got was one, going for these open mics, and after that it was social media. Like there is no other way for me to like know anybody in the industry, know anyone to work with.
Like if you haven't grown up in Mumbai, because even I moved to Bombay in 2019. So if you haven't grown up in Bombay and you haven't been a part of the industry, you don't really know what to do. So even like a lot of people would talk about, oh, we used to perform at this place and that place, and do you know this guy? And I'm like, I have never heard these names.
Yeah.
Because I was 18 when I moved here. Like I'm already an adult. So the way I started right after college in panic, what to do now? I need to like find work. I went on Google. I tell the story to a lot of people because they keep asking me, how did you get it? Bro, it was not easy. I like went on Google and I searched cafes with live music in Bombay, and I messaged 50 of them, hey, I'm a musician, I'm looking for work. Out of 50, I think maybe 3-4 of them got back to me, ki, okay, we do like gigs every Saturday or Sunday, our budget is 3K. I'm like, cool, because what else? I didn't have any other choice. For me at that time, 3K is money. It's anything is better than nothing, right? So I just graduated and started doing these kind of gigs. Even from there, visibility, because people would see me at those gigs, they would book me for their private events.
shows, yeah.
Then from that private event, someone else booked me. So now, because I've been doing this for 4 years, it's a lot of word of mouth.
Yeah.
So word of mouth, visibility on Instagram, just so visibility is so important as a musician. People need to see what you're doing.
Yeah, the first time I saw you was at the Tilt Jam.
Yeah,
And that
go
place-
out, like socialize, go for
Yeah.
events, meet people who can help you. That's what it is.
That's what we need to understand as musicians. I think we are, one aspect of music is like the craft and the practice and all of that stuff. But networking, like when you said at the start,
Networking, yeah.
it's something that you don't learn as a musician. You're constantly focused on scales and this and that. And social media, I think, has kind of changed it. Like people are more aware of it now. How do you get gigs? I remember back when I was in school, that time we had dial-up internet, and I actually went on Google and I was like, how to be a rock star. Exactly.
Slash's picture pop up.
And then the thing is, that was Google of the early 2000s, which was all crap, and it was like you need to do drugs and you need to get high, and there were websites that literally told me that. This is how you go.
Did you do that?
You know, but honestly, this narrative that you have to be like druggy and all is so like now it should be washed out, okay? Because you don't have to. And this rep that we get of like musicians, you should be like fucked in the head. So,
All
can I
musicians
swear?
are.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I swear.
Don't cut
All
that.
in, all in.
Like you have to be little like that. Oh, then you're a musician, and no,
I
you
feel
can
like all
be very
musicians are a
peacefully.
little whack only, bro.
Yeah, but not in the
Because you're a
same.
musician,
You
are
become a little-
yeah.
That I would agree with that. You become but you don't have to be like crazy to be like
No, if you're-
fucked in the
if you
head.
go the other way around,
That's a good question. Do you have, because see, like I'm not a musician, so when I'm going for any live gigs or anything, and I'm seeing a guitarist or a musician in their own zone, I'm also wondering a lot of time that where is this energy coming from? How are
Not
they
from the
getting
drugs.
so much?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it from the but a part of me asks that question.
Yeah.
I don't ask them, of course,
Like-
but I'm wondering where is
I
this
think
kind of
you're-
energy coming from that they forget everything.
Honestly, it's gonna sound very cliche, but for me personally, being on stage itself is such a rush.
I agree.
It's such a rush.
100%.
Like
100%.
yeah, I mean now I'm in a place where as soon as I'm on stage, I feel like I become a different person. I step on stage and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna perform my ass off. Like, आज तो मैं kill कर दूंगी इसको भाई. Different person on stage, and then you get off stage and then you like sit in silence and just like process what happened for the last 2 hours. But on stage, yes, I'm thinking I need to sing like in sur and I need to dance and I need to do this. Yes, there are a lot of thoughts, but I'm also like I need to have a great time. And they need to have a great time, and they will have a great time if I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
That's what it
100%.
is.
Yeah.
That is a rush, bro.
Have fun with what you're doing. Like even like for me, at one point guitar wasn't fun because it was about all this. Like you're not good enough. You have to learn how to play like some shred, Dream Theater, solo, John Petrucci. Became all of that, and I'm like, but I don't even want to do any of that. And then it came back to this.
Yeah.
Just have fun with it. Are you having fun? Because your energy is contagious. You might be like all flat. No, it's like yesterday we went for an open mic. Okay, I sang a very difficult song. I'm not even a singer.
She killed it because she was having fun.
Energy. Yeah, it was so much fun. Like there's I posted on my story also, and the notes are all over the place, but it doesn't matter because I was having fun, and people were like,
People are gonna see that and be like, damn, she's such a rock star. She's
and
like,
they were like, you sang so well. I'm like, thanks.
she did though. She's like exaggerating the off notes and all. She sang
It
really well.
wasn't that bad, but it was also not like crazy level. But the point is just have fun with it, because that is why we're doing it. If it is making you miserable, just don't do it anymore. It's not worth it, right? It's not worth it.
Have you watched the movie Soul?
Yes. Oh, it's
Yes.
one of my favorite animated
It's
movies ever.
Incredible movie.
I love that movie. Oh,
Yeah, okay.
I cried. I was like,
So just to give context, like it's about this guy who
this jazz musician.
who dies the day before his gig.
Oh. Yeah.
And he's going to heaven, but he doesn't want to go. So he tries to escape the stairway, and he falls into this space, which is like a no man's land. But there is, in this zone, are a bunch of musicians who are performing, and when you get lost and you in that zone, that's that area in between like heaven and this, where you forget the audience, you forget everything.
Absolutely.
And you're just floating with the music.
Absolutely.
And I related to that so hard. Like when I go up on stage, a lot of times when I'm playing my solos, I'm not looking at people.
Yeah, you forget. You just forget that you're like, oh, there are people watching. Sometimes you're like just so involved in the moment.
And like for us guitarists, that's where the guitar faces come from.
Yeah.
And I have never found those faces ugly. Never.
Yeah, bro,
like John
they
Mayer
are
makes the most
so-
ugliest face. I'm like, so
Oh, yeah.
pretty.
I mean, it coincides with what they're playing. So as long as you're paying attention to that, you don't judge the face. You're paying attention to the
and
music.
a lot of like non-musicians kind of make fun of it, and I'm like, I will never understand it because that guitar face comes from that space that we cannot access right now, but it comes from there. Like you're just like you're twitching almost, you know, like it's so.
You cannot control it. You're not doing it consciously. You're just in that space.
Yeah.
But given that, I think you have opened for Post Malone.
That was
A
crazy.
person like, if you have to talk about personality faces, he's someone who's like on the edge.
Yeah.
Of
Oh my
it.
God, watching him was insane. That was an experience in itself. Like that's what I'm saying. You know, when you watch as a musician, when I'm also watching another musician having a great time on stage, that does something to me.
But how do you feel? Because if I see your videos off late which you are performing, there's also a lot of dance movements. You
Yeah.
moving around the stage.
Yeah.
While performing at such big stages worldwide. So
Yeah.
how do you prepare for that? Is there a rehearsals that you do?
Don't. You just can't. At least for me, so I've always been really into dance as well. I used to dance when I was younger. I have trained in classical dance and all. And yeah, Bharatanatyam I did, guys.
She was hiding all of this. I'll bring it later on.
So I mean, so as a kid, I was very much into music and dance, and then I think music kind of overtook, and then I started singing, and I was also in my school band as a drummer. I was a little cool like that. So I used to play drums. I learned the keyboard. I learned guitar on my own. And then music overtook. But I knew that I always also wanted to like explore dance. So then when I got the opportunity to perform with Vishal and Shekhar, and you know, then we found out that, oh, they do these dance moves as well. So we did one show with them before we did the US tour, where we were kind of just getting an idea of what it's like. And then the rest of it, I kid you not, we had 2 rehearsals for the music, for the parts and everything. The rest of it we picked up on stage. And now it's become such an inherent part of the set that like now we know, okay, after this part, now we do bhangra over here and then we do disco over here. And it's so much fun because a lot of the moves that we do on stage are just in the moment, because also their set is like party numbers, right? That's what I would do at a club also. If I'm hearing that number, I would be dancing. But it was definitely, I think the first, I want to say 4, 5, 6 shows was a challenge, because I've never practiced singing and dancing together. And for singing, it's all about breath control. And dancing, breath gone? Where? Who? So the first few shows, I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. Like you've just jumped for 30 seconds and you have to sing your part. Oh my God. But now that I've been doing it, I'm still like, there's so much to like practice and perfect. But it becomes easier with every show. And every time I do it, I have more fun with it. So I love it. I love the challenge. And I love getting the opportunity to keep doing it. It's
But there was also, like, if I remember your journey, there was a process, or there was a time where you're still putting covers out and you're still doing other things in your life. So, but I'm also seeing a lot of musicians who fall into the zone of always just doing covers. Not demeaning them or saying that it's bad or this is right, but do you think as personal musician, when you're growing up, there has to be a point where you need to deviate from there as well? Like if, and I'm asking this question for a girl who might be in tier 3 or tier 4 cities in India and wanting to be a musician one day. Is there a path that you can take or you should take in order to be, like, get to the zone where you could also come up with your own originals?
See, I don't think that there's anything wrong with doing just covers.
Just covers.
Like personally, not for me, because I know that eventually I want to do this and that. Like there are a lot of things that I would like to explore, but I don't think it's bad at all. There are also a lot of successful bands in India that are known as cover bands, right? And they're making a lot of money and they're doing it and they're traveling. They get to travel the world. Nothing wrong with it
No,
at
but
all.
female to female, because again, the question is for them.
Yeah.
That because when you do these gigs, which are private events or corporate events, you also get demeaned over there a lot.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
the crowd is not paying attention.
Absolutely.
How or when do you decide that, okay, I have done this because this was my livelihood or bread and butter, but now moving ahead, I don't want to do this. Even if I'm playing covers, I want to collaborate with interesting people.
Yeah, fair enough. I feel like there have been a lot of things that I used to do that I don't do anymore, because now I'm in a position where I can allow myself to say no to certain things. Like initially I used to do a lot of pub gigs and cafe gigs for a while, and nothing wrong with that, But I feel like that was just the start of my journey, and because I was making money out of that at that time, it was very important. Now I'm in a place where I can say no to any gigs with like a lower budget, because I am in, like, I'm doing things, I've moved on, I've gotten more opportunities. So I feel like it's a journey. I feel like some people get lucky and they, like, you know, not lucky, you know, you are at the right place at the right time and you get a great opportunity or whatever. But I feel like everyone needs to start somewhere. So nothing wrong with, you know, doing the smaller gigs. I feel like whenever you realize that, okay, I can allow myself to kind of take a step back from this and move on to the next point in my journey, and where I'm in a stable place and I'm allowed to do that, I feel like that is what.
How and when do you decide that, okay, this is not my style, or I can differ from this and still create? Because when you're starting with your covers, that is where you're copying someone else.
Yeah.
And that, even if I'm a photographer, they say that, okay, you need to copy them for a time being, till only when you realize that, okay, you are not this person.
Yeah.
And then you figure out that thing. How does that happen in music?
Can I take this one? Yeah. Miles Davis said there's a time for imitation and there's a time for, like, then figuring out your own style, creation, right? And so that's very important. Like, you need to kind of, you have to copy, okay? It is important. And you need to do it with, like, meticulously, okay? When I'm learning a cover, and like, even like you said, the arrangements and all, the amount of harmony layers in her, like, 60-second cover, like, people don't realize. They don't realize, like, the effort it takes. The, like, at 2:30 on her, like, spam account, you can see recording this for tomorrow, and you know what, like, you can sometimes
Spam account
maybe
exposed.
like, I think because you haven't created the song, it's like, oh, like, it's copying is easy, but it's not.
No, it's not.
And also, like, let me not say copying, but like, learning, right? It's important.
Recreating.
You gotta do it, and you gotta do it enough till when it starts coming naturally to you. And it happens and it happens at every level. Like, I'm not like crazy guitarist, but it does happen to me naturally, because I have, like, copied enough of, like, rock solos to now play or on a jam track or something. Or like, if somebody, like, yesterday I played I played live after a while, like a couple of months, like 2 months or something, and like, you're also in a space where the sound is not set up to your liking, because you're at an open mic, so you just have to make do with whatever and it's because of, like, the emulation or, like, whatever I've practiced at home, the covers that I've done, and I'm like, now I know what I want to do. Like, I played Knocking on Heaven's Door, and I'm like, I know where I have to be, and, you know, I know whatever, like, pentatonic licks I have to play. And it's like everybody's on their own journey. Everybody is on their own path, but you have to be very intuitive and in check with yourself. You have, like, those things have to align with yourself. And, like, something she was talking about earlier on, when she was saying about doing, like, cafe gigs and everything, you need to do whatever, like, to, like, the tier 3, 4, like, whoever, honestly, you need to do whatever you can do to sustain your music. Your music should not sustain you, if that makes sense. You have to keep it in a way that I'm going to feed this and I'm going to earn money and all of that, and keep it going. It should not be like, I demand that my talent pays me money and the only the way, like, I wanted to. Like, she obviously, you wanted to play, like, bigger shows, right? We all do. But that doesn't mean I demand it from you, saying that, and then get upset when I don't get a gig, right? I'm gonna do whatever I can do. And so even I have done, like, what, 3K, lesser than that also, gigs.
Bro.
Like, and a lot of them. And
Free
also,
food and exposure.
like, segueing into another little controversial topic, but dealing with horrible programmers, okay? Like, who just question, like, you question your talent because, and this is a part about being a woman in the scene.
Oh my god.
As a guitarist, sometimes I am called because of my looks, right? Because of the female, the women, the feminine, like, energy that I bring to the instrument, and not because I am actually good. And initially, when I was doing, like, gigs and everything, or, like, when I would get inquiries like this, it always made me question, like, and there were, like, some, like, guys would be like, you don't even, like, deserve this, and they would say it as a joke, right? Or, like, you know, but it's not funny. And you know,
like,
okay,
I'm common,
and
like.
if I'm a, like, girl and this is a requirement, then it is what it is.
Because, you know, a lot of people will constantly tell you that, oh, which is fine. I'm not denying this. It is true that people, if they are hiring a band for a wedding or for an event, sometimes, yes, they want it to look a certain way, right? If it's an advantage for me, I will use it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Make use of your undue
Yeah,
advantage.
like
whatever it may
we've
be.
had a lot of disadvantages also being a woman. So if we have this advantage,
Yeah.
we take it. Like
Men
I'm
have
gonna
been
take
doing
it, bro.
for centuries.
Yeah, men have
Fair.
been flashing their
Taking
abs,
Yeah.
showing their
Why
body all
can
the
they do
time.
that? But it's a problem when we show anything, bro.
Yeah, and it's also like they are like the way they.
And while they are the one consuming it.
Yeah,
Again, it
I
comes back
The
to
double
hate it. I
standards.
hate it. Like
How
I swear to,
typical.
even when I'm filming a video, right? Like I think last week only I was filming a cover, and I was wearing a top that was very slightly revealing. Okay, I don't know. I'm okay. It's okay to talk
Yeah.
about this, right? Very slightly revealing top. Before I posted the video only, I'm like, I'm going to get comments about this, and I did, and I deleted every single one, and I blocked every single one. I'm like, your energy is not allowed on my page, bro. Please leave. It's like you know, as a woman, that I'm going to get these comments, and you kind of just become immune to it.
Also, it is asked of you. I have like gotten inquiries, so they're like, oh, but you should also dress up
Yeah,
like this, and it's sometimes like I really have nothing to say. Like I'm just like, and like the thing is, you do it
Yeah.
because you like gotta. It's not like it's sounding like I want some crazy shit. No. It's very basic. It's just for me, it's the fact that it's asked of you. Like you know then that the insinuation of it or like the
See,
the
you
thing
know
of it
what
is,
they want, but you'll also get shit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we क्या करें?
Yeah, and
But given that, I think 3 years back when I recorded an interview with you,
Yeah.
which we released for Music Day,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is probably when this podcast would also go live.
Full circle moment.
And I think that film starts with, or the first few seconds starts with your footage where I had asked you to sketch something, a cover.
Oh yeah.
And the only thing you shared was only creative thing that I know apart from music. Actually, you said the opposite way. Only creative thing is
I know is music.
nothing else.
Bro, that was a really bad
Now,
sketch.
2 years later, tell me something about Nideshwar.
मुझे क्यों रे आंटी बुलाने में जो मजा है वो ना पुकारने में नोरे नोरे हो कमरिया जो देखी तो बचने
Oh my god.
Because there's a lot of creativity in it.
Okay.
Apart from all the hard works that you already have to do for creating that or that song or the
Yeah.
cover, but apart from that, you're also serving looks,
Yeah.
which is a certain way. How did that happen?
I love talking about this also. So the birth of Nideshwar happened in April last year, and it was a very funny idea that kind of came to my mind where I wanted to do a cover where I knew that it's a duet song. It had like the male part and female part. I was like, one man band. I'm going to do it myself, but how do I make this funny? Because now, again, content is a game. It's not just you need to sound good, you need to look good, you need to give them a visual, you need to give them something that hooks them, right? So I'm like, what's something new that I can do with my content? And I had this really funny idea. I'm like, what if I wear a mustache and I film myself as a guy? It's gonna go two ways. It's either people are gonna be like, oh my god, this is so cringe, and they're gonna unfollow me, or they're gonna eat it up, right? And that was just a risk that I had to take because I'm like, if it works out, it's gonna be great for me. If it doesn't, then I will delete my account. No, that was not what. But like, let me try. So yeah, that's how Nideshwar was born. I did a cover of Zooby Dooby. I wore a mustache, and my followers were totally not expecting that. I was not expecting that, bro. I can't believe to this day that I do that. But it worked out so well. That was my first video ever to cross 1 million views. And I was like, okay, people are liking it. So to keep it going, dude, to this day I get comments on my reels like, where is Nideshwar? Bro, watch me. Like,
I am
hello,
Nideshwar.
it's me. But yeah, I keep like beach mein I keep putting videos where I wear the mustache to bring it back and tease them a little bit. Yeah, he's shy. Like, no, it's so funny, bro. It's so like if someone comments, I'll be like, sorry, he's on a break. He's a little shy. Like, are you missing him? This, that. And then the comments will be like, oh my god, like Nideshwar is such a hot man. And I'm like, dude, like, stop it.
Yeah, I think social media just takes the like whatever satire you put out, it just takes it seriously. Like, yeah, Nideshwar exists.
Yeah, dude, a
He
friend
has
of
a
mine.
Aadhaar card and all
Yeah,
that.
bro, a friend of mine gave me an idea ki make another account called Nideshwar, collab with him.
Oh, shit.
Like, that's not a bad idea. But it was a risk. It was a risk. I'm like, people are either gonna hate it or they're gonna love it. And I'm sure that some people are like, what is wrong with her? What is she doing? She'll do anything
No,
for
I
content.
think it was very
you know?
funny. I
See,
think it
I
was
was like,
really
let me
funny
put
and it was
some comedy.
entertaining. It's like good music and then now like some
And
funny
visual.
skit is
Yeah,
happening. So
yeah.
it's like
Like,
fun.
what can I
It was
do to
almost like
elevate?
storytelling, you know? She's
Exactly.
Like,
I'm just constantly thinking of what can I do to elevate my content? What's new? Because now covers, so I'm putting every week. It's the same thing in different song. So like the outfits and the way that I sing it and then the mustache. what's new? What can I give to people that they haven't seen already? That's what it is. Like, that's the game.
It's your space. It's
Yeah.
like your Instagram page is your space.
Yeah.
So if you're evolving as a musician, as
Exactly.
a person, it's documented. Even like
Yeah.
the covers that we put up, like the content that we used to put up, just like one 144p wala camera playing
Yeah.
pentatonic
Yeah,
licks
yeah.
to now when you're
Pentatonics.
Yeah, there's so much you can do now. So I'm like, why not
Yeah.
try something? And I want people to see like more of my personality. That's what. Like, how much will you get from
the full thing
cover,
about your
right?
personality coming
Yeah.
into
See that I'm also a little funny and like, you know, like I can do this also.
When is Nidhi gonna perform live?
Bro, it happens, you know, sometimes I'm singing a song live. I'm like, maybe, like for this male part, I'll just turn and like wear the mustache and come back.
Or go
It'll be damn funny.
backstage, change and quickly come
Yeah,
back.
okay.
Or they
Maybe, you know, it's a good idea.
Like half your face is with the mustache and you just look this way and then look this way.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe like for one of my
Standalone
personal
shows,
gigs.
yeah,
Yeah. Like, so guys, I'm going to bring on a guest. Just come out. You heard it here first.
But do you have a social media guy who manages your account?
No.
Like, no team at all?
Not yet. I mean, I don't. For however long I've been doing it, I have been managing most of the things myself. I do have a friend who helps me out now with like some of the bigger inquiries in terms of shows. Like when I'm not equipped to handle it, she does help me out. But I have been managing things on my own, which I'm looking to change soon. We'll keep you all updated.
So it does help if you have someone else.
A
But
team,
initially
yeah.
you can start by
Yeah,
yourself.
I mean, I feel like after a point, I think you will realize on your own at a point where, hey, like I could really use a team of people to help me with this, because now that I'm doing the whole social media thing as well, I do get a lot of inquiries for brand collaborations or for like things that I'm not equipped to handle, or like even the Air India ad that I didn't know what is like how to negotiate in the ad space, or like what is the going rate, or what do I have to do. So that's, my friend helped me with that because she works in the management and entertainment industry. So I'm like, hey, would you be able to help me with this? So when I'm very aware that, hey, I'm not equipped to handle this, that's when I would ask for help. And I do know now I'm in a place where a team of people would definitely elevate the kind of things that I'm doing or the kind of content I'm putting out. So yeah, that change will happen hopefully this year.
What about you, Christine? How many girls are there in your as your students who are learning from you?
Right now I have 2.
2 girls.
Yeah,
You should train them to learn electric guitars.
Yeah, I am. Not gonna lie, I'm like slowly, like kind of like brainwashing them into like, I think you should ditch your acoustic and get an electric. Get it from ProCraft, by the way. I did tell one of my students actually to come here to get like the guitar set up, but they haven't done it yet. So gotta pester them a little
But
bit.
do you think, like, all of this conversation, and now I just realized, like, all of these years that I've worked, I've also heard that all these mega stars or like the legends who has been are only men. Like, from Slash to everyone.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Again, I'm again going back to that question, but as a woman, you don't even realize this when it is happening to you. When you're growing up, when you're a child, you pick up a guitar.
Yeah.
You are already looking at a male guitarist who was the legend.
I feel like also, like from a very young age, girls are brainwashed into believing that a guitar is a masculine
Male,
instrument.
yes.
Because from personal experience, when I was in I love my parents. My parents have supported me through my journey, and I am a musician today because they have been there through everything. So when I was in school, we had this like extracurricular evening games that we could apply for, and I had applied for I think Hindustani vocals or something like that, and I think the slots were full and I didn't get into that, so I had to give a backup option. And I'm sitting with the list of options, and there was an option to learn drums, and my mom's like, why don't you go for drum classes? Because she was like, you have a very good sense of rhythm, why don't you do that? And myself said, oh, but that's like for boys. Girls don't play drums. Like, as a kid, I was saying this. And my parents were like, who taught you that? Why can't you play drums? I started drum classes when I was in the 3rd grade. I played in my school band from 5th to 8th grade. And even in school, that was like, I was known as the girl drummer. I was not known as a drummer. I was known as a girl drummer because it was so crazy for them to be like, oh, a girl can play drums. So I think it also comes from just the kind of the learnings that you have from when you're a kid. Yeah, like, oh no, drums are for boys, guitars for boys. I feel like that needs to change.
Also,
because,
like, historically, women are just like, listen, we got the right to vote like in the previous century, guys. Like how, like when you should have basic rights, how do you think about picking up an instrument or actually making a difference? But also, are these circles safe? Back then, were they? Are they now? See, obviously it's gotten much better, but do I have to think like a couple of times before taking a gig if it's a little late in the night or if it is outstation? I know of an incident that happened personally, that there was a gig somewhere in Surat or something like in Gujarat, and the organizers were being really weird. They were like, you guys will go on at like 12 o'clock in the night, and like it was like, you know, yeah, and there was like a girl singer or whatever, and the guy took a call saying that if it was a guy, we would have gone, but if it's like, because I don't want to do that, because we are outstation, we're not in Mumbai, I can't guarantee like her safety. And like something that I even like when I wanted to do when I wanted to get into music, I have to tell people where I live. I live in the suburbs, okay? And a lot of things happen in like Banda Khar and everything, right?
Yeah,
and in Mumbai, culture is like late night, right? So a lot of the times I was like a college student, so like now I'm much more like matured. Obviously I can take care of myself. Back then also, but I was new to the city, and I kept thinking to myself, am I like, it is so conditioned for us to think that it will be our fault if something happens. Is it like, am I even allowed to choose this as my career if I'm putting myself at risk for just going for an open mic or going for something? Because I have to travel alone, you know, I have to take an Uber back at like 12 o'clock or something, you know, because everything starts at like 10, you know. And I will say this, Mumbai is a very safe city, but that doesn't mean that like that doesn't run through my mind every time I take an Uber, right? And it goes through your career thing also. It's like a lot of girls, do they want to do that? Do their parents want them to do that? I had to have a conversation with my parents where like my dad, when I was going for some of these, like I would go for like music video shoots, and I did an ad shoot also, you know, and my dad would be like, is this safe? Like, can I send you here? And I feel like a lot of like women, like these are the questions that get asked. That's a more like serious thing of like, okay, should I be like pursuing this? Should I be like getting into this? Is it worth it? And it's like a risk that you take. It's like my parents, God bless, they were like, we support you. We are like worried about your like safety and all, but we'll stay up. Like they always call me. They're like up, you know, till I get home.
Difference with me and my sister. My sister is also a musician, and she's much younger than I am. And she's an excellent musician. She used to play for the Bombay Chamber Orchestra and stuff like that. And they have their rehearsals in town. We used to live like Vile Parle Vasai. And with her, it was always, okay, what time are you coming home? Is someone there to drop you? And with me, it's like, okay, reach home at like 3 in the morning. Okay, cool.
And
that was the...
Go.
No, so I was also, you know, doing gigs and performing in pubs and bars and even like wedding events, corporate events. Like the crowds are also, sometimes they get rowdy, they're drinking. And being a woman, you have to think about your safety. Like there was this one gig that I was doing a little outskirts, and I had very specifically asked for bouncers in front of the stage because I know how people get at these gigs.
Corporate gigs are like,
and these like men kept coming ahead and tried to come on stage.
This has happened to me also,
They come on stage
and they like crawl and come. It's so like they're like struck because they're drunk.
They're drunk, they're not really thinking, and they'll come on stage and they'll try to take the mic from you, or they'll try to dance with you, and it's really uncomfortable. And I'm like, you really need, like, even as a programmer, you have to consider these things. You know, if it's a woman that you're hiring, you have to automatically consider their safety and like the fact that there should be bouncers. And why are you allowing people on stage? So even these things, like, not just me, right? Like even my parents or any girl's parents would think like, is this a safe career option? It's very scary. And these are also things that you kind of like find out as you're doing. So a lot of things that come into account.
So to answer your question, I feel like that's why we don't see them, man. Like have there been safe spaces for us to like and also, has it ever been like cool like in the 90s for a girl to play guitar? Like I know Joan Jett, okay, that's about it. I love rock and roll. I don't know anybody else.
There's
like
Nita Strauss.
like all of my.
But they are like, you remember their names because they are so few. And if you see male guitar players, there's like
a lot. That's true. That's true. How are we now? We have to wrap it up.
Talked a lot.
Okay. One again, girl to girl. If you had to give one advice to someone who wants to be a musician someday from a small town or small city, or even in a big city but doesn't know how to take a journey or how to go through all of this, what would be your advice to everyone?
See, your talent will speak for itself, but that is only if you put it out there. Because I do know a lot of people who have moved to Bombay because, you know, they've been discovered or they've been found because they have been putting out their content. So my advice would be, keep doing it, keep posting it. Does not matter if you're... Everyone is still learning. A musician is always learning. So I would say, make yourself visible, put your content out there, and then eventually your talent will speak for itself. So that is my advice, you know, visibility, making content, working on your craft, but not privately. Make it known that, you know, I want
Talk
to do
loudly
this.
about it.
Yeah.
Share your journey.
Exactly. And the more you talk about it, the more you say, I want this, it will
Happens.
happen.
Yeah.
Genuinely. There's so many
Yeah,
things.
I read a quote which said, if you market yourself every day, you'll forget after a point that you're marketing yourself.
Exactly. Like you have to put yourself in a position where this, I am a musician. I am doing this. And then you will eventually, definitely, I mean, music is a difficult industry.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. But I feel like if you keep working on your craft, it will happen for you.
What about you, Christine?
Yeah.
Some teacher advice.
Yeah, actually. Also, like, because I'm an instrumental, like a guitarist, you can tell it's going to be like practice. No, so.
Nothing which we have heard.
Yeah. So, like, definitely don't lose track of why you started. Always remember where you came from, and, you know, stay grounded, because that is what inspired you. That is what made you pick it up. And it's very easy to get distracted, very easy, as we all know. But every musician, every creative person, we all know it's come from a deeply personal space, and don't lose that in the glam, in the fame, or in whatever kind of success you get or don't get. Don't forget where you come from. Keep, like, the music at its core, because at the end of the day, it is only about the music. It's about what it makes you feel. You know, everything else is like secondary. What does it mean to you? And are you willing to do what it takes to keep that, like, fire burning, to keep it, like, within you? Yeah, so that's, like, my advice. And yeah, please practice, okay? Keep practicing. This is the teacher in me. You gotta do it. Like, even once you reach a stage where you think that, oh, you don't have to do it. No, sit with your guitar, sit with your instrument, sit with your vocal cords for singers. Drink that warm water in the morning. But basically hone it. Take care of it. It's your baby, you know, and it's like your very personal thing. Just care for it, nurture it.
You only understand how important practice is when you stop practicing, and after a week you pick up the instrument. And
Oh, shit. Like, and then when you practice regularly, and then suddenly you can play something, and you're like, whoa.
This is for both of you. Tell us something personal, something inspirational, something hidden, and something golden.
Arey baap re.
One
Christine,
thing
you
for each.
first.
I have lost track. I'm like, hidden,
I'll tell
personal,
you.
golden.
Personal, inspirational, hidden, and golden. Okay,
Let's
go
one by one.
Yes.
Can't count.
Okay, something personal. You want to share?
Something personal, like anything.
Yeah, could be anything. Out of music also.
Out of music.
Secrets are about to be revealed.
Such a.
Yeah,
No, you start, bro.
Okay. What's this?
Okay,
Share
what if we put this as music? Everything that you have to share is just about music. Something personal.
something personal? Okay, I got something.
Okay.
Came prepared, guys. So, I have always spoken about Slash and John Mayer, obviously, and I thought Guns N' Roses, they all would die before I would get to see them. Sorry if they ever hear this, but they are like, I was like, they're old, and why will they ever come to India, right? And I got to see Slash and John Mayer live last year and this year. John Mayer this year, Slash last year. And I bought these things that I keep, which are the bands that you get at the concert, because they mean the world to me. And when I see them, I remember how it felt to see my, like, legends play. And I cried at both the concerts. And at John Mayer's concert, I was bawling so much that actually somebody gave me this tissue paper to wipe my tears, and it was my fanny pack for the longest time. Is it still? It is still here. So a lot of personal things. It had a cute panda on it, and I wanted to keep it in my memory box and never got to. I promise it's not disgusting. It was just my tears. Okay, like I didn't wipe any food, but yeah, it was a very core moment for me. The stranger saw me crying at Edge of Desire, and I was sobbing, guys. I was sobbing.
I think the whole of Bombay was crying.
Yeah. I
after
like
John
the
Wayne.
moment the lights went out, I was like. Like crying, and she gave me this she just tapped me and she gave me a tissue, and I was like, wow, community. So that's
Okay,
my
now something
personal.
inspirational.
Inspirational.
Quick.
I have my book now. Wait,
Dude,
wait.
she's got
Are you gonna find a
something
line
for
in the book
everything.
too?
I did already because
my
I
God.
underlined.
Okay.
Actually, wait, I don't want to say this line. So 1 second. Nidhi, why aren't you going?
I'm thinking still, bro. I'm like, what do
Okay.
we talk about?
Something inspirational is you should always be entitled. This is from the book that got me back into like playing and all again. It's called Big Magic, and it says you will never be able to create anything interesting out of your life if you don't believe you are entitled to at least try. And I was like, amen, sister. So
Okay.
yeah,
Now something hidden
something hidden
that you haven't shared that people don't know about you.
that I have, like music related.
No, yeah.
Or
Something that you're
anything.
gatekeeping.
Music related?
Yeah.
I feel like I share too much of my music. Like all my stories have so much written on it. Nobody's reading, I'm pretty sure. But like everything
Hidden artist that you have found that you haven't spoken about recently.
that I haven't spoken. No, I speak about all the artists I find because I'm just like back.
We don't
Now
need
you're,
to keep here.
now you're making it hard for yourself.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then you can
Something
share something
hidden.
hidden about yourself.
I'm blanking out. Can I just say something that's not music related?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I am an instant noodle addict.
Wow.
And I was when I was a kid. I used to gamble it into my house.
Me goreng, bro.
Yeah, and my parents, like, I used to collect like coins, and I should go and like put it at the supermarket, and then I used to get it, and I used to hide it, and my parents would like find like I used to throw like I should put my brother went to college, so I should put all of the empty packets in his cupboard, and I would take it out the next day, and I would go to school and throw it in school because my
Wow.
parents wouldn't let me, and so I have like I have an instant noodle problem, which has gotten better ever since I started getting healthier, so I don't eat it so much
Yeah.
anymore. It's been 2 months, guys.
Cheers to
But
that.
that's my something hidden now that everybody knows.
And something golden.
Something golden, like something what? Like, I don't
Something which is like, which you want to tell the world that they should do, listen,
You
watch, or
know,
do this thing.
do this. Okay, I think you should have friends in the music industry because I think this friendship is golden. I was telling her just yesterday that I'm so happy we get to get through life together and we get to see each other grow.
I
and
have,
so this is
I have
golden.
this question written here: friendships in music. But I didn't ask you because of the chemistry that you guys share.
Yeah, so this is golden. This year, the entire time we were talking, I was like, I get to do this with one of my closest friends. And am I not the luckiest person
Girl,
for that,
stop.
right? Am I not? It is like so special to see like your friends struggling, and we both met each other when we were going through some shit in life. And we were also like there for each other. Now we're doing well, and it is golden. It is the best thing ever. Yeah.
Now it's your turn, Nidhi.
Wait, can I cry first? later, yeah. Maybe a little later. Not on camera. Nobody needs to see that.
That can be something hidden.
Yeah, I'll start crying then.
Let's start backward then. Something golden for you.
So I'm gonna steal a little bit of her answer, but I feel like female friendships are so golden, and that's something that I have definitely learned over the last 3-4 years. I feel like I've started.
That is true for men also, you know. Someone told me, and this is something I really believe, and I like how you are doing, and especially this is only for men. How you are doing in your life reflects directly by how many female friendships or friends do you have in your life. Because females don't hang out with you if either they don't like you as a person, or they don't find you creative, or they don't see you as a good person. So if you don't have enough female friend, you have some problem.
I agree. I feel like
same.
females, like in general, I am sorry that about what I'm about to say, but like in school, I hate this about myself. About my past
she was
self.
the pick-me girl.
I in school was that girl who would be like, oh, I don't have a lot of female friends. Like I have male. Like my friends are guys because they're like not. I am sorry that I was this person. Genuinely cannot believe that came out of my mouth. But I feel like I really learned the value of female friendships. I would say after I turned 16, 17, and it is so important because the energy that females bring into your life, no one can do that. And I've started prioritizing female friendships over anything else. They will lift you up. They will listen to everything that you say. They will tell you when you're wrong. They might support you also when you're wrong, because I learned this also from one of my friends, that I support women's rights and wrongs. But it is so important to just have your little girl gang and like, you know, hang out with them once a week, and then you like go
Heart
home
is
feeling
full.
so warm
Yeah.
and like everything's good in life. So I would say your friendships are very,
Okay,
very golden.
something hidden.
Something hidden. Can I cry now? Something hidden. I had something in my mind and now I forgot, bro.
Blanked out, yeah.
ADHD.
I almost feel like a test, you know, shit, I need to get the right answers. It's like,
Something hidden. Can we come back to this?
Okay, something
back.
personal.
Something personal. Doesn't have to be about music, right? Something personal. I feel like a very pivotal year in my life was the year that I moved to India, because I grew up in the Gulf and it's a very different
Yeah,
lifestyle
yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And the year that I moved, I was so upset, and I was
Culture shock.
It was culture shock, absolutely.
even
And
though we're Indians.
yeah,
Yeah, even
exactly.
though
Because
yeah.
like growing up in a city like Dubai, Sharjah, actually, because then people, all the Gulfies will be like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm like, after we cut, I'll be like, Nidhi, but fact
You're
checking.
not from Dubai. Guys, it's next to each other only. But I mean, growing up in a city like Sharjah, it's a very different lifestyle. It's a very different, like even safety and like the type of people that you're around, it's very different. So then like moving to India was a big culture shock, and also like a very big change in my life at the age of 16 or 17. But I do want to say that it was, I am a very, very strong believer in everything happens for a reason, and everything in its own time. Like, very strong believer. So I do believe that me moving to India was so pivotal, because I would not have made a career in music if I was still there. And I feel like I wouldn't have ended up in Bombay for education and all of that. So I think my most personal, like, strong belief is that everything that happens to you is meant to happen to you.
The good, the
Okay,
bad.
something inspirational.
Something inspirational.
This is so difficult. I've forgotten
Yeah,
because you're on the spot and you're like, shit. What is
Inspirational. Okay, I'm going to
inspiration?
do a subtle flex. So in 2015, I attended my first concert ever in Dubai. It was New Year's, and it was a Coldplay concert. It was my first concert as a little girl. And then 8 years later, I got to open for Coldplay with Jaslene Royal. It was in my mind, it was the craziest thing. And I mean, to this day, I feel like that is one of the most insane things that happened with me, because how many people get to say that, bro?
Yeah.
And how many times in your life are you going to get a chance like that? So I feel like the fact that the first band I ever watched live, I ended up performing on the same stage as them is
No, that's
insane.
insane. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and for a band like that, for sure.
Insane moment in my life. And that too 5 times, bro. Crazy. That was even I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
5 shows. That's madness.
One, let it sing. Second is coming up.
Sorry?
You would have like one, let it sing.
Yeah.
But that second is
Yeah,
coming
and
up.
like that whole month was like just full of adrenaline. So like after that finished, I was like, what do I do with my life now? Damn, like how do I do anything more than
How do you
this?
top
You know,
that?
how do I? Yeah. So it was also like a big dip of energy, but very, very thankful for that experience. It was insane. Yeah.
Okay, last one.
Hidden. Arey bhai, I'm
Not leaving you.
Secret. Let me tell you.
Like your
guys.
guilty pleasure artist or
Oh.
something.
No, I will tell you guys something that not a lot of people know about me. So before I was a musician, my first ever money making experience, when I was in 6th grade, I started making jewelry. So do you remember this ProCraft show that we did? I made like little handmade keychains.
The first one, yes.
Yeah, so I started that back in 6th, 7th grade. I used to watch a lot of YouTube, and I had discovered this thing called polymer clay, which is a material that hardens when you bake it. So I used to make a lot of jewelry, and I used to sell that in school to like my classmates, and then it like really picked up word of mouth. Then like a lot of like my parents' friends started buying from me. Then I set up stalls in school where I made a lot of profit, and then I saved up money and I bought a phone and I bought a camera and all of that. So that
Side
is
gig. Good side gig.
yeah, that was like my
Hustling
first
since 15.
yeah, that was my first experience of like making money, and I was like, damn, like I think that's where I was like, I like this. I want to make more of this, you know? I want to make money. So, yeah, that's something that not a lot of people know. But back in the day, I had an Instagram page called Craft Unicorn, where I used to post my jewelry.
Is it still there?
And no. It then turned into Nidooks.
okay.
Then I removed all of that. I'm like, okay, now it's a music page.
Yeah.
But yeah, that account has existed for years, this Instagram account of mine. It used to be a craft page, which is now music page.
Music
so yeah,
page.
that's
Good
something.
transformation.
That's some new information for the internet.
That is actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we wrap it up.
Yep.
Shouldn't do like an outro also.
No.
Let it be as
Bye.
like a flat cut.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
See you.
Happy women. Happy World Music Day.
World Music Day.
guys.
Every day is
Not
Women's Day.
Women.
Let's go.
Yes.
Cut that.
No.